kind of rhythm she can get going in the second half.
Steal there from Hampton, then a steal there from Carruthers. Right back, now over to Eckenrod for three. That one's no good. Long rebound there goes to, it would have gone to Berea. However, they're going to call a foul under the hoop. We'll see who that's on. That will be on number 42, Wandell. That's her fourth foul, and my, oh my, for such a great player, that is a heavy blow here with 30 seconds left in the third quarter for the Maryville College Scots.
Yep, and she's really been the leader for this team on especially the glass, consistent effort down there and doing great to convert many opportunities. So we'll see where they go offensively when she leaves.
Hampton's free throw. That one's good. 30 seconds remaining here in this quarter. 43-39 is the score. Geared up for a fantastic fourth now, as Hampton will have it. And her second free throw is good. So a 5-point lead now for the Mountaineers. Now, Lane, the big question is, actually, I'll save it. We'll save it for the break. We'll save it for the break. I got a good one for you. So get ready. Here now is Varney. Shot clock essentially irrelevant here. Maybe 0.2 seconds separating that and the game clock.
Yeah, I expect
and Varney will hold for one.
Run it down here and look for that last shot. You don't want to give Berea another opportunity to score going into this final quarter. Potential to make it a one-possession game right here. Depends on how they execute.
5 seconds left. A beautiful look inside and a big block. No, a foul called on Bethany Williams. Great find by Maryville going to that low block. Everyone thought Varney, as she's been kind of wild tonight, throwing that ball up with the left hand. Everyone thought she was going to take it on an ISO. Instead, dumps it off to Joseph with 2.5 seconds left. She's going to have a chance to knock down a couple free throws and maybe give her team a little momentum going in to the fourth quarter.
Yeah, Mountaineers weren't happy with that foul. Thought Williams had a clean block, but they're going to call that whistle, sending her to the line. Misses that first one. So that still gives the Mountaineers 2.7 seconds. That's plenty of time to get at least one dribble from half court and get a relatively decent shot. Sometimes those half-court shots change the whole momentum of the game.
Second free throw is good. So 1 for 2 on that trip. Berea just has to get that ball in. It's going to be saved by Carruthers. No, it will go out on Carruthers. 1.5 seconds left. I feel like Milby almost should just throw the ball all the way down the court and hope someone touches it.
Yeah, just
you
let it
run out. You can't get something underneath the hoop here to Maryville if you're a Mountaineer fan.
Yeah, if you turn this over, that's going to be deflating going into this fourth quarter. And, yeah, they just run out the clock right there.
So, indeed, at the end of the – oh, man, Vanover nearly knocked that one in. Would have been well late, of course, after the buzzer. But still, at the end of the third quarter, the score is Berea College 44, Maryville College 40. 10 minutes remaining in regulation. Only one team can continue on to the conference championship here tomorrow at 3 o'clock. The big question, Lane, that I have for you. Kelly Wandell, fantastic basketball player, in some foul trouble. 4 fouls on her in a 4-point game. When, if you're Coach Trevelyan, do you put her in? And don't cop out here. I need you to give me an exact time here. At what point in this fourth quarter, 8-minute mark, 7-minute mark, 6-minute mark, 2-minute mark, when do you put her into this game?
And that's always the toughest question. I think it really depends on how well you know your personnel. Wendell has done a good job of trying to avoid these fouls. We know it's been called tight in this one, so it's going to be interesting to see. I think that you put her in about the 5-minute mark. Test the waters. Yeah, okay. You need to get her some kind of rhythm before you put her in those final 2 minutes, because that's when she really needs to be on the court. You test her out at 5 minutes, tell her to back off a little bit. I think it might help if they have another big in there.
Sure,
so
some offense, defense stuff.
Exactly, so that they can tank that defensive possession right there and just have Wendell come in when you need that score. So we'll see what kind of substitutions, but I'd say around the 5-minute mark when I'd expect it.
We'll see exactly when she checks in. She's got a double-double in this one, 11 and 11. Phenomenal game out of a phenomenal player in Kelly Wandell, representing the USA South at a great, great level. Here's now Hicks. Hicks working into Varney. Varney guarded by Barnes, spinning into the lane and going up with the left hand in. Maryville only down by 2. 44-42. Vanover has it, and she'll pass now up to Williams. Williams now back over to Vanover, and then Hampton. That pass nearly knocked away by Varney. That could have been disastrous. A pick 6, if you will, for the Maryville Scots. Hampton in the lane, goes up strong. She's fouled and will head to the line for 2 free throws.
And Hampton with that great quick first step. If she gets one step past you, I promise you, you're not going to catch up. I haven't seen it happen so far this season. She is just a little too quick out there.
Caught a lot of basketball, Lane, over the last decade or so, and I got to say, from all the levels that I've seen, right? NAI, D1, D2, all this stuff. Aaliyah Hampton, Berea is lucky to have her because she is a phenomenal player. I would say she could probably go D2, something like that.
Oh, yeah.
NAIA, probably get some scholarship money. Now, Berea, unique situation, obviously, with the full ride that they offer for all of their students, the free tuition. However, that also shows what kind of a great atmosphere that not just Berea College Athletics brings, but also the USA South brings. When you're playing great, tough teams like, Maryville, Piedmont, William Peace, you're expected to play at that high level, and that's probably a big reason that brought her to Berea to play in the USA South in the first place.
Absolutely. Hampton, a bona fide superstar, if you will. I think she has the potential to be All-American all 4 years here. She has continued to produce for her team. Obviously, we'll see how the later years go, but right now it's just awesome to be able to commentate her throughout the year and just continue to see her growth as a player.
As a freshman, too, a lot of growth, I'm sure, is still yet to come here for Hampton. Berea has it with the ball and a 3-point lead. That ball's going to be knocked away, picked up by Vanover. That loose ball, everyone kind of held their breath, right? But Berea will continue to keep it. 10 seconds to shoot, and Bethany Williams has it outside. Standing 24 feet away from the basket, working in. Now the shot from 20, no good, and rebounded by Vanover. Shot clock resets. Vanover don't care, runs through the lane, and she's going to be fouled and will head to the line for 2. Coach Milby not pleased that didn't fall there. I think he wanted a better shot selection. He'll take her getting to the line, but still, with the shot clock resetting, you up by 3, you can look for a better shot than that.
Yeah, the Mountaineers really got lucky to get a couple offensive rebounds right there, but it's not just luck. It's hustle, effort, diving on the floor. The ball doesn't discriminate. Whoever goes and gets it, that's who owns it. And the Mountaineers doing a good job of chasing down those 50-50 balls and giving themselves more opportunities.
Vanover's first free throw is good. 7 for 7 here for Bailey Vanover. And, young players, a lot of the time, making free throws in big situations, not something you usually expect them to do. You expect that to kind of come as they get more confident with their role on the team, as she knocks that down to be 8 for 8. However, you can see right now out of their underclassmen lane, they don't care. They have grown up so much, and they already have an elite level of free throw capabilities, and that's a mentality thing, I think, coming in to this USA South Conference tournament. The first one here for Hampton, second one for Vanover.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the Mountaineers do a good job of creating this culture of whether it doesn't matter if you're a freshman or a senior, they expect the same production out of you. They expect you to be able to execute in these crunch time moments.
That rebound knocked in by Barnes. Barnes tight-roping the sideline. Will give now over to Nikisha Green and back over to Aaliyah Hampton. Hampton into the lane. Going to be an offensive foul called. Good job there. I don't think that Hampton necessarily was too much out of control, but I'm going to give credit all on Maryville's side. I think that was Joseph who wore it, and she did a great job of just accepting that she was going to take the hit, planted her feet, didn't move, and absorbed it like me running into a refrigerator, right? Did not work out in Hampton's favor. Great job there by Joseph. Hats off to Maryville for that one. And she's got her team the ball back. Down by 5, 7:40 left to play. Wandell now back into the game at the 7:40 mark. She'll drive into the lane. No good. And that's going to be a foul called on Williams. Everyone kind of held their breath because had that been an offensive foul, that's number 5 for her.
Yep, that's exactly what I was going to say. Williams knew that Wendell had come back in looking for that 5th foul, trying to get that charge. And, the way it's been called today, that's honestly kind of the play that you want. Williams doing a good job to hang in there and take that one. Doesn't go her way, but good idea.
Free throw good from Wandell. Wandell and the Maryville Scots down by 4. Bethany Williams, 3 fouls here in this game. Second free throw is good from Wandell, and Bree Lanham will check in for Berea. Bree Lanham, 2 fouls in this game, 3 points and 2 boards for her.
Yep, so if I'm the Mountaineers here on this possession, I'm attacking Wendell. I'm trying to get the ball into Nikisha Green and let her work in the post.
7:30 still to play. A lot of time. You can get her out, probably their best player. That could be huge. Here's Barnes going right at her, and there it is. Lane hitting with the call, and that's going to be all here for number 42 in Kelly Wandell. And a great game out of her as she makes her exit, and Joseph comes in. She deserves an ovation because she played phenomenally today. Got a couple tough calls, obviously had a lot of pressure put on her inside. A couple, untimely fouls for her, but she's going to leave with a double-double. Great game for her, 13 of 14 points and 11 boards. She left it out there. She left it out there for her team.
There's no question marks in her game today. She has given her all, and her teammates respect that, and they have to know that. And, you know, if I'm her, I'm going back to the bench and be like, hey, listen, guys, I may be done, but we're still in this game. It is 2 possessions right now. There's no reason that they can't stay in this one and give themselves a chance to win. So, you know, you got to continue that effort. What she provided on the glass, it's going to be hard to make up, but if you're the Scots, you need it.
Moreover, Wandell, a senior, so you got to cheer on, and you have to get your team ready. As Nikisha Green flies in for the big block, and she'll get it out to her teammate, but a foul's called on, I believe that's Eckenrod. It is Eckenrod. And so with that, little foul trouble here for Maryville. That's her 4th now. But back to what we were saying about Wandell now being on the bench. You got no choice but to get your team ready and be that senior leader that she's been all year long. Because if you lose this one, I mean, as the USA South has only been able to get, you know, maybe one team into the national tournament for the past couple of years. That's it, right? That's curtains for you if you lose right now in the tournament.
Yeah, and I know as a player, you know, sometimes I was never really the best player out there on the court. I didn't get a whole lot of minutes, but I know what my role was, especially the emotional role, trying to get my teammates fired up, staying positive, and that's going to be something huge from the senior.
Oh, Courtney Carruthers from downtown knocks it in from deep. Beautiful shot there as she buries it in a sack. Berea College now leads by 3, 50-47. Let's continue to talk about this Maryville squad because you're right, Lane. You have to know your role, be it on the bench, be it on the floor. You have to be the absolute best that you can be. And Maryville, a little momentum here with 6:30 left, could find themselves in a chance to win this and get themselves to that championship matchup.
Absolutely. Like you talked about, you know, that emotional support's so important. Whether you're scoring points or not, there's more aspects of the game than just what's happening on the court right now. Every mental advantage that you can get is going to play huge, especially in these final few minutes where it matters most. Your possessions count for everything. Your execution has to be at an all-time high. 3-point game, 6.5 remaining here in this final quarter.
Berea College beat Maryville both times this year by double digits. Now we got a 3-point game. You gotta love the intensity of a conference tournament matchup. Here's Hampton in the lane, losing it. It's picked up by Carruthers. Carruthers on the move, gives it up to Hicks. Hicks up for 2. Hicks is good. 1-point ball game.
And there it is, the Mountaineers. They got to get back in transition, and great job from the Scots to continue this momentum as Wendell checks out. And they've done exactly what they expected to, you know, continue to push the pace and provide great defense.
Here now is Hampton, USA South Player of the Year and Rookie of the Year. As she will go through the lane, called for the travel. Little hesitation there. Looked like she's doing the icky shuffle. That might be a little late. If people aren't Bengal fans, they probably wouldn't know that if they're not older than maybe 26 years old. But either way, Berea will head back on defense after another turnover.
And that's one of Hampton's favorite moves, that little Euro step right there. But Trader there, you know, in the NBA, you get 3 steps. Maybe she was a little confused.
Here is Gardner giving off to Varney. 5:40 left to play in regulation. Now Joseph has it. Joseph back now to Hicks. Back to Joseph. Little keep away here from the Berea defenders. 10 to shoot. Now here's Gardner. Back now to Joseph. The step back, that would have been an NBA range 3. Instead, however, it's going to be a 2 on the way, and they're going to call a shot clock violation on Hicks. And with that, I mean, not much you can do about that if you're on the Maryville side. That's good defense by Berea.
Yeah, absolutely. Swarming around the perimeter, not giving up an easy shot. Good recognition by the Mountaineers defenders to see that they only had 5 seconds on the shot clock and they had to force something up. And if you're the Mountaineers, you would have been happy with that step back 3, honestly.
From a big, you better be. I mean, Joseph has shown that she can hit, but that is a tough look, and that's going to be a foul called on Courtney Carruthers. And Lane, you and I are right in front of the Maryville fan base here, and naturally they're going to be a little displeased with that.
The Carruthers as well.
That'll be her 4th foul now of the game. So both Carruthers and Eckenrod with 4 fouls in this one. Berea College, other than Bethany Williams, no one really into that much foul trouble. And Williams will take a break here in a second to allow Bree Landham to come in after these free throws.
Yep, and I think that's going to be a point of emphasis for the Mountaineers here on out, just continuously driving in, getting those free throws as Bethany Williams knocks down that first one, but continuing to force the issue. You got them in foul trouble, go ahead and keep attacking. You know, they haven't proven that they can stop you yet.
Second free throw good for Williams. She'll take an exit to go get a blow as Bree Landham will check in. 52-49, Berea College up by 3 in the Seabury Center. Trying to stay 4-0 at home here in the USA South Conference Tournament all time. Gardner will have it. And now here's Varney, back to Carruthers. Carruthers, so electric with the basketball, going right up, no good, and it's rebounded by, guess who? That's going to be Destiny Love, pulling in number 18 of the evening.
18 rebounds coming off the bench. What an effort from her tonight.
I've never seen that, ever. No.
I haven't either. This is the first time, and I'm sure it's first time happened for her as well.
An impressive look there for Bailey Vanover, going through traffic and contact and still staying strong enough to lay it off the glass. A nice soft touch there. I feel like I'm going to be broadcasting golf here. A beautiful touch there on the green as she lays
ASMR.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, she lays that one off the glass, and in 5-point lead here now for the Berea College Mountaineers. And a steal there from Love. Love gives it up to Hampton. She's got 2 Scots to beat. Hampton's good. Good idea there from Varney to lay off, because Hampton probably had the angle and would have gone for an and one.
Yep, and Hampton continues that quick first step. If she's out on a break, it's hard to get back, and the results show right there, getting that left-hand lay-in to go.
Berea looking for the kill. 7-point lead now for the Mountaineers, under 4 to play. Maryville not wanting to let this one die. Over now to Gardner. Gardner inside, giving it to Varney. The nice left-handed bucket, and we've got a timeout on the court called by the Maryville bench. And Coach Trevelyan gonna want a little bit of a breather for his girls. Almost let it get away there, Lane. Good job by Varney to get a bucket back, and the Scots are right back in this one.
Absolutely, 5-point game, 4 minutes remaining. If I'm the Scots, I'm continuously telling them that they have to continue this effort. It's only 5 points. That is 2 possessions, and you have to continue this effort. You can't give up just because things look bleak. You still got 4 minutes. There's plenty of time.
We were just given information from our PA/music/everything guy, Joe Dukes, here to my left.
What'd he tell us?
It is Bailey Vanover's birthday today.
Wow.
Going 8 for 8 from the charity stripe, 12 points, 5 rebounds for her too. If indeed Berea does win this, that's going to be a nice birthday for her.
Oh, yeah, and great effort on her birthday as well.
Still a birthday at least, yeah. So,
no matter what, you're probably going to get some cake at some point today.
Exactly. Maybe a little ice cream in there, unless she's dairy-free. I don't know what her dietary traditions are, at least for her birthday. But
Surely
either way,
some celebration
should be a good time. Should be a good time. Here now is the aforementioned Vanover. She'll have it with 20 seconds now to shoot. 3:34 left to play in regulation. She's guarded now by Eckenrod. 4 fouls for Eckenrod, so keep that in mind. 10 seconds now. Williams has it at the top of the key, guarded by Carruthers, who also has 4 fouls. Driving in now. Williams loses it, and it's picked up by Gardner. Good defense by Maryville. The long pass inside. Here's Eckenrod. Back out now to Hicks. The lob pass over to Varney, and the 3. Stepping into it, knocking it down. Bullseye from beyond the arc, and now it's only a 2-point ball game.
And the Scots are up off their bench there. Momentum is with them right now. If you're the Mountaineers, you got to try to stop this before it becomes a problem. And if you're the Scots, continue that effort.
Here's Vanover, guarded by Gardner. She's going to work inside. She's got to look on the left side. It's going to be a jump ball call. Excellent defense, and it's going to stay with the Mountaineers. But great job by Gardner getting her hand on top of that orange and not letting it get away.
And it's hard to get past the defender whenever they have good hands like that. They've done a good job of stopping that drive and avoiding the foul. That's really the main part. A lot of foul trouble out there, and we'll see how they can continue this up.
Here now is Hampton. Hampton, a big block there, and that's an offensive foul on the illegal screen on Bailey Vanover.
And that is a tough one right there, taking a shot, hitting the floor. Vanover, generally a smaller player. You don't really see a hit like that out of her, but a strong foundation.
Getting stronger with age, maybe. Yeah, it could be the case. Berea College up 2, under 3 minutes left to play. Huge matchup here in the semifinal round. 2 Western Division opponents running at you here on this presentation of USA South basketball. Inside now to tie is Eckenrod. No good. Rebounded by Hicks. Now back out to Gardner, and now Carruthers. Shot clock resets at 20. 15 now to shoot, 2:20 to play. Hicks with it at the free throw line. Now back out. The 3 for the lead. Good! Draining it from deep is Gardner, and Berea now trails by 1 with 2:15 left to play.
And what a timely shot. These last 2 minutes are going to be the single most important minutes of this game. This is when it matters most, and to have a big shot, someone step up like that, that's going to be huge for momentum.
Hampton working into the lane, looking for the lead of her own. She's got it. Lead changing back and forth like Tyson and Ali. 1:53 left to play. 58-57.
You give a little, you get a little. Every possession counts so much, especially whenever it's a 1-point game like this. It's just going to keep swaying back and forth. could come down to a last-second shot. Who knows?
I didn't expect this kind of energy for game one, Lane, but here we are, my man. Are we going to be able to broadcast too? I mean, a lot of energy here.
Might lose our voice here in a little while.
Let's hope not. Here now is Hicks giving over to Gardner. 5 to shoot. Now over to Varney. The 3 for the lead. No good, and rebounded by Kristen Barnes. Barnes putting the ball on the deck, and she's going to be fouled by Varney. That's going to go down as Varney's only second foul, so no foul trouble for her. However, it will now put Berea College in a situation where they're going to be on the free throw line looking to shoot 2, considering the 5-foul bonus.
Yep, this will be Berea's 30th and 31st free throw of the night. Checking in for the Mountaineers, we have number 23, Nikisha Green, and number 25, Destiny Love. So going with the 2 big lineup right here, not something that Berea normally does. They like to space the floor with shooters and surround their big with shooters, but these 2 bigs, these 2 have played really well, especially Love. You cannot speak enough as Barnes knocks down that free throw, but Love continuing to provide that presence. And I think they're just going defense right here with Green and Love blocking shots down low.
Second free throw good from Kristen Barnes. Huge timely free throws for the Berea College Mountaineers right there as Barnes buries them both to give her team a 3-point lead. We've got a full timeout here on the court. 1 minute and 21 seconds remaining here on the Berea College Sports Network. Lane, 3 points separate these 2 squads. To our right now is Coach Trevelyan telling his girls, hey, we ain't out of this yet. We just got to keep pushing. We're almost to that point to where we're going to be able to pull out a little lead here, and maybe they're going to be the last ones with the basketball and go on to that conference championship. If you're Milby, you got that lead on your home court. You got to run these girls out of the gym.
Absolutely. If you're the Mountaineers, I think it starts on the defensive end. You know that you can score. You know that you can hit these free throws. The big question is, can you get a stop when it counts most? You know, 1 possession game right here. It could go either way. And if you're Maryville, you got to execute right here. You got to try to get maybe some free throws will help them out, slow the game down a little bit, stop that clock, give you some opportunity to get back into this. But whatever it is, you got to execute, and you got to get a score right here.
60-57 here in the first game of this Final Four matchup. Maryville playing phenomenally well, as we expected them to here in this one. The number 3 team in the West coming up against Berea. You never know what you expect when the seeding comes out, right? Who you're going to be able to beat, but they've had one heck of a ride here to this point. And to go home now would be nothing short of a disappointment, of course. They want to come here and win.
Absolutely, and I'm a big fan of the idea of thought that it doesn't matter what your record is. Once you get into the playoffs, anything can happen. You could be the worst team, but if you make it in, it doesn't matter. It's one game, and you have a shot.
Any given day, of course, we've got a timeout called by Coach Trevelyan, so Maryville's going to look this one over and try to discuss exactly. Lane, you're seeing we have another full timeout there. What do you think he called that? Did he just want to get a look at what Berea was coming out defensively, or did he just not like what he was seeing for his offense?
It really could have been any combination of the two. I think in these final minute, especially in this final minute, if you don't see something that you don't, or if you see something that you don't like, you have to pull it immediately, because that one possession could be the difference in this game. So, we're not exactly sure the strategy here, but if you didn't see something that he was a fan of, nip it in the butt right now.
Exactly, yeah. And on top of that, they give you the timeouts for a reason, right? Smoke them if you got them. Yeah. With that in mind, Berea College is a non-tobacco campus. I should make sure that I hammer home right there. But we have just under 1 minute left, 3-point game, conference basketball action. It's not March yet, but it has that March feel, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. The energy in the arena has only progressed as we've gotten through this one.
Got a great crowd here, too.
Yeah, it really has filled out. We had some good attendance in the first few minutes, but after the halftime, it just seemed like there's a double the amount of people in here, and it's fun. It's a great atmosphere and great basketball being played both sides.
Here now to inbound is Maryville. They trail by 3 points. 1 bucket from beyond the arc would tie it up. Here's Gardner giving over now to Carruthers. Carruthers working on Vanover. A nice move from Carruthers, the mid-range 2. Off target, doesn't even hit the rim, and that's going to be a shot clock violation, considering that the shot clock did not reset after the timeout. So with that, Berea will have it, and they're going to put some real defensive pressure here, looking to create the full court press spot here.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're going to have a substitution. So Bethany Williams will check back in for Berea. Keisha Green will take an exit.
Yep, there it is, that offense-defense substitution like we talked about. Had Green in there for, inside presence, bringing in Williams because she's a great shooter, great senior leadership. She's been in this position before, and she knows how to get it done when it counts.
And we're going to have a timeout on the court. Indeed, I was waiting for that whistle. I knew it was coming eventually. Now, Lane, let's now that we've talked about what both teams are doing, Berea College is going to have the ball when we come back from our break. Let's talk about the upcoming schedule, at least that we have. We mentioned, of course, that we're going to be broadcasting here at 3 o'clock-ish, right? 3 o'clock-ish. This game's gone a little long, but, after this game shortly, I'd say probably about 20 minutes or so after this game, maybe 15.
Just give enough time for the teams to warm up.
Exactly. Right? We will have another broadcast for you. That game will be between William Peace and Piedmont. And then for the championship game, that will be played tomorrow afternoon. Lane and I are set for that broadcast for you at 3 o'clock in the Eastern time zone. I don't think there are any Central time teams in the USA South. I don't believe so. At least I don't think. But either way, if anyone's listening in Central or Pacific time even, or wherever you're listening here online, we're delighted to have you guys here on the Berea College Sports Network watching this matchup. And what a fun one it's been, Lane. Hopefully they've done their part. Hopefully we've done our part, giving them a good show. But ultimately, in conference tournament basketball, across the board, this is like kicking it off for everything because March Madness is right around the corner.
Absolutely.
Oh, man, what a great time it is to be a basketball fan.
And no matter who wins this game, you know that we're going to have a great championship series. Both of these teams have put their all out on this court, and that's why it's come down to this last minute right here. One possession game.
Here now is Vanover. Milby wanting to milk a little clock.
Good night, Claire. Stay up in there.
Now driving to the left is Vanover, and that's numero 5. That will be number 5 there on Courtney Carruthers. And unfortunately, one of my favorite basketball players to watch there on the court is going to have to make an exit. But what a great game that she had as well. Again, 5 fouls. Unfortunately, that foul trouble early on really can build up in these tight ball games. And as she gets the na-na-na-na, hey, goodbye chant from the Berea home crowd, it's unfortunate that she's going to have to make an exit because I kind of want to see her take that last shot.
Yeah, I loved watching her and Vanover go at each other. I see a lot of similarities between the two players, especially in their play style, quick with the handle, like to get it inside as Vanover knocks down that first free throw. And, hate to see that go from the Maryville side, but we'll see who steps up in her place and who's going to take that last shot if it comes down to it.
Got to be the next man up. Second free throw coming from Vanover. She is perfect. 10 for 10 is Vanover. 35 seconds left. 5 seconds separate shot clock and game clock. Berea College up by 5. Here's Eckenrod, also with 4 fouls, so keep that in mind. Eckenrod, the 3, needs it, got it. Buries the triple, and Trevelyan calls a timeout. 25.3 seconds remaining. This game keeps getting better and better. Right when I think I'm out, they pull me back in, to quote The Godfather, one of those mob movies. Berea College leading by 2. Fantastic game that we've been treated to here in this one between these two squads. Maryville buries a 3, but still, if they can't stop Berea College on defense, I gotta stop doing that. If they can't stop Berea on defense, Berea's going to keep making those free throws, right?
Yeah,
it's not going to stop.
And that's where we really seen the effort put today. In these last minute, these last 30 seconds right here, who can get a stop when it counts? That's really who's going to end up walking away with this one because, you can hit free throws, you can knock down a big shot, and that was a timely shot from her as well. But it doesn't matter if you give up those points on the other end. So we'll see what kind of defensive effort we get from the Scots, and I expect them to be playing hard and like they have all game.
Looking at our statistics here with 25.3 seconds remaining. From an individual side, Aaliyah Hampton running the table for Berea, 18 points, as we expected her to. Bailey Vanover doing a good job herself. She's got 16, perfect from the line. 10 for 10 from the charity stripe.
And those free throws that you're talking about, Berea has shot 31 free throws compared to the Scots 17, and that difference has definitely added up as the game has gone by, but still only a 2-point deficit for the Scots. I think you consider yourself kind of lucky as another timeout is called on the floor. Both coaches making sure they want to get everything absolutely correct. No shot clock left in this one. Could be just one possession to end it all.
Here in these situations also, you got to kind of take a look and say, all right, what kind of defense are they coming out with here, Coach Milby? And you don't need a lot of time to say it, right? In that minute timeout that he had before, he'd probably go over maybe a couple of things, say, okay, if they come out like this, we're going to do A. If they come out like this, we're going to do B. And then, of course, in the second timeout, they decide exactly which one it's going to be, and everyone's going to get on the same page. With that timeout, Berea will now inbound the basketball. They'll bring the ball up at least, and Kirsten Barnes will give it in now to Bailey Vanover. The foul on Gardner. Good job there putting Gardner on Vanover, as Gardner's not quite in foul trouble, only her 3rd here of the game.
but not the person you wanted to send to the line if you are the Scots, because, like you said earlier, Vanover 10 for 10 from the free throw line has been really consistent today, but we'll see how many she can make in this crunch moment right here.
First free throw looking to put her team up by 3. Here's Vanover's shot. It is no good. Rolls around and goes out. So now that foul, hack-a-shack, you know what I mean? It works.
And there it is. And if you're the Scots, that's what you wanted. You needed one miss to give this chance an opportunity. And if you come down, hit a 3 right here, we could be going to OT. You never know.
Second free throw is good. So 63-60, Berea College going to have to play some tough defense. Maryville with the basketball. 19 seconds remaining and Gardner's got it.
So now the question is, who do you get it to? Who's going to take this shot?
Eckenrod can't hit. It's rebounded by Hampton, and that's a foul on Eckenrod, and that will be the third player for Maryville that will foul out tonight. That's number 5, numéro 5, if you're my French listening audience.
Because we have a very big French audience.
Huge French audience. Huge French audience. As she will exit with 10.1 seconds left. That's tough there for Elsa Eckenrod. That will be number 5 for her, for all of our non-French speakers out there. Berea College up by 3, and they will have the ball lane. In all seriousness, phenomenal basketball game for everyone involved, essentially, here from start to finish. The players that lacked a little bit, they had teammates that picked them right back up. When Maryville was out of it, their shooters and their good offensive rebounding by Kelly Wandell and company got them back into this game. Whoever wins this ball game, they put it all out there. And whoever loses this ball game, guess what? They put
it out there, too. Exactly. And absolutely. And you talked about having players step up. The big thing from this game, the one storyline that's really caught my attention all game is Nikisha Green goes out early with foul trouble, continues to stay off the court, and Love comes in and gets over 18 rebounds.
Incredible.
Off the bench. Are you kidding me?
Here's Hampton's free throw. That one's no good. And now it gets real interesting. A missed chance here, and it's still a one-shot ball game. Hampton, as a freshman, no bigger shot in her career than right now.
All the marbles on the line with this one.
Hampton's free throw on the way, buries. 4-point ball game, and it's getting close to getting put on ice.
What a
here now,
shot.
Maryville. Here's Joseph, the long 3. That one is no good. Nikisha Green rebounds, and that's the ball game. The final score, Berea College 64, Maryville 60. A hell of a ball game for both of these teams. Maryville leaving it all out there on the court. This is my least favorite time of a ball game when you watch those seniors obviously making their final exit of the year. Tears in their eyes. But you know what? I love it, Lane, because it shows how much these girls care. They care so much. They leave it out there all the way down the line. The seniors are out there fighting every single day for this moment. And Berea College, they're going to live to see another day. Unfortunately for Maryville, they're going to have to head home. But a great job for them to get here and to put on a great show in the Seabury Center this afternoon.
And you talked about the just pure emotion and effort that the Scots left it out there on the court. You know, nobody's going to question their effort tonight. They played a fantastic game. But at the end of the day, you know, there's only one winner. And we're going to go to our awards ceremony.
Indeed we will. We'll continue to talk about this at least during our post-game show here, because we're not going to have the microphone, I guess, on us. So, Lane, let's go over our final statistics here.
Absolutely.
We should be getting that pretty soon as the Maryville teams are getting played. Courtney Carruthers getting introduced right there. For all of her family and friends listening right now, she is going to be a problem for other teams here in the near future. Courtney Carruthers coming out there of Maryville, Tennessee, only a freshman. So guess what, Berea fans? You've got her for 3 more years that you're going to have to take her on. And in the West Division, you're going to see her at least 2 times a year. And she showed a lot of composure in this game. So, that's huge to see that they have young guards that can really play.
Yeah, and I did not think that she was a freshman the way that she's played the game so far.
This is the all-conference team, I guess. And now I'm kind of seeing why, obviously, Carruthers being that good. She's getting recognized right there out with one of our Piedmont players. I believe that's Amari Price. And that's going to be Leah Hampton out there for Berea.
And Destiny Combs for the Mountaineers coming out there as well. And she also got a second-team honors this year and a fantastic effort. And having 2 freshmen come in for the Mountaineers has just been huge for them, and they got a lot of talent going forward.
And her not being in, that's a huge part, too. We didn't even talk about that during this game. That's a huge miss for her, and Berea is still able to, circle those wagons, like I said, get the W, and move on to that conference championship for the 3rd straight year.
And then I think it just keeps coming back to the idea of, just having that depth in there, having a bench and having those 5 or 6 players that can come in that don't normally get a lot of minutes and don't start coming in and playing well and producing when it really counts.
We'll be getting our final official statistics here in just a second as our man J.R. Smith brings those over. J.R., great guy. What a great crew here at Berea College helping us get here. Lane, I didn't even know I'd be broadcasting this until a couple days before, but they took care of everything for us. They got everything all squared away early enough that you and I could get prepared for this, and that was a lot of fun. That's for absolute certain. Absolutely. Going now over for our final statistics as J.R. hands those off to me. Let's take a look first for Maryville, the losers here in this one. 60 points out of them, 13 of which came from the hands of Kelly Wandell, 11 boards, 6 of them coming from the offensive side. A lot of second chance opportunities were created because of her senior year now ending, unfortunately. Berea College did a good job of marking her in that second half, and you were right, Lane. They had to go after her. When she was on defense with 4 fouls and 7.5 minutes left, got to attack.
They attacked her, and they fortunately got the foul call, sent Wendell out, but ended the game with a double-double at 13 and 11, and you just can't commend that effort enough. And then Varney also getting a near double-double with 12 and 9. Fantastic effort from both Scott's players. Couldn't quite get that one to go, but if you want to talk about rebounding, Destiny Love.
Let's talk about rebounding.
18 boards, 2 points, but wow, what an effort from her tonight.
In 23 minutes, she had 18 rebounds, and really down the line there when she was coming in for defensive purposes, she wasn't really pulling in a lot of rebounds. She got probably a majority of those 18 boards in probably 18 minutes, which is an absurd rate. And she, if there was a Player of the Game award, I would argue you would have to give it to her.
Yeah, because 2 points or not.
Incredible.
18 rebounds, that's unheard of. Nobody else even getting 5 rebounds. Vanover with 5 rebounds doesn't nearly compare. And, just great effort. Vanover led the scoring effort with 17, had 5 rebounds and a block as well, and a steal, a little two-way play right there. And Hampton, we knew what we were getting from her. 19 points. Great effort, continues to lead that offensive charge for the Mountaineers.
Only 2 points for her in that first quarter. It was kind of quiet for Aaliyah Hampton, but as I mentioned earlier, Lane, water always finds its level, and she was able to kind of figure it out, hit that big free throw. That was the 64th point here for the Mountaineers, which allowed pretty much them to not relax, right, but it takes a lot of pressure off your defense knowing, okay, they're going to have to score, get a steal, or at least foul us, have us miss, and then score again, right? The odds with under 10 seconds left are considerably in Berea's favor after a freshman knocks down a big free throw.
Yeah, and I think it just speaks to Hampton's composure in these big moments, whether she's a freshman or not. It doesn't seem like it. She looks like a senior in the way that she's calm and handles the game.
Now as the conference awards are handed out, we have our commissioner of the USA South out there getting a big picture. Everyone's saying cheese, I hope, out there. As they will wrap this all up, and we'll get just about squared away for our second matchup here of the afternoon. That game will begin, I believe, 20 minutes after this game is totally concluded and everyone gets off the court and they're able to take away. Here are the first team all-conference members now. Aaliyah Hampton obviously getting an award there. She's going home already. I mean, the tournament's not even over. She's already leaving with a ton of hardware there, and she's earned it. She's earned it. She showed it today, and she's earned it. So with that, folks, for everyone who's still tuned in right now for our post-game show, Claire Varney getting introduced as well for that first team all-conference award. The winner of this will take on the winner of Piedmont and William Peace. That's going to be a fun matchup, folks. If you want to watch some good basketball, right, and if you're in the area, first of all, get down here to the Seabury Arena and watch that because it's going to be so much fun. We have a great crowd here already. If you're here tomorrow or whatnot, make sure, if you're thinking about maybe leaving tomorrow or whatnot, don't. Stay here, right? But in case you have to, we can always tune in here on the Berea College Sports Network on this live stream. And that's about all that we've got. And Aaliyah Hampton will get her these are the Player of the Year awards and Rookie of the Year awards going to her. Although I don't know, however many awards she's won, right? She's just gonna. She may as well just stay up there.
She's gonna have to clear off some shelf space for all these trophies after this game.
Her dorm room is going to be awfully shiny here after this one, obviously. But the Coach of the Year award now going over to William Peace. That's going to be Graham Smith getting his team to that point. I mean, the only team in the Eastern Division to make it to the Final Four. And I got to say, I was seeing him earlier today operate during their little shoot-around this morning. And Graham Smith, he's got a good control of his team. I'm looking forward to watching his team take on the big bad Piedmont Lions here in the semifinals in just a couple of minutes.
Absolutely, and I think it really starts with their coach. You know, no matter what team it is, and that's a great achievement to win Coach of the Year. Got to garnish the respect of your players, but Milby has similar control over his team, and you know they just respect him. He's going to get on to you, what you expect from your coach, but at the end of the day, he knows that he has their best interest at heart.
And now William Peace getting introduced as the champions of the regular season in the Eastern Division. As they'll have a couple of their, I believe, their seniors go out there and accept that award. And what a wonderful award that is for the William Peace Pacers, I believe, is their mascot. Better be after all the research we were doing on that. And then the West Division champions, Berea is going to get real loud here in a second, Lane.
There it is. The crowd's into it. Everyone's on their feet.
The whole squad.
It's great to be crowned season champs in your arena, the place that you played all year. You know, the fans, they've came out to support you every game, and you just love to have it in your own building.
And so with that, folks, after that award has been given out, that's about all for Lane and I here for Game 1. So a fun first matchup, 64-60, Berea College wins. But they're not done yet, Lane. They've got work to do. Is this going to be their year? Is this the third time the charm? Folks, you're going to have to tune in here at 3 o'clock tomorrow to find out. But, of course, stick around and see who they're going to be playing here just in about 20 minutes after this ball game. Everyone who helped make this broadcast possible, we thank Ryan Hess, the athletic director here at Berea College, the USA South, for being so generous on allowing us to do this on a relatively neutral basis and be enthusiastic about all the teams, not just Berea College in this situation. To Kevin Kim, you know, the assistant SID, who's been really helping us get ready and giving us all of our game notes. To our cameraman up there, to everyone who has helped make this possible. Lane Hinton, my broadcast partner. My name's Nate Metz, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back here in about 20-ish minutes. You're tuned in to the Berea College Sports Network.